Well, in the name of public safety, Virginia Democrats, newly ascendant, are trying to erase the Second Amendment in the Commonwealth of Virginia. They don't just want to make you less free. They want to destroy things simply because you enjoy them and because they might make you safer and more self-reliant. A bill now pending in the state legislature would ban many private indoor shooting ranges statewide. Taking away ranges won't stop shootings. Of course, there's no evidence of that at all. It'll make nobody safer, just the opposite, in fact. The purpose is simple. They want to take away gun ranges because gun owners like them, and they hate gun owners. Larry Keene is general counsel of the National Shooting Sports Foundation. We're happy to have him on tonight. Larry, thanks so much for coming on. Now, I dismissed the law's intent out of hand, saying it won't make us safer and there's no evidence. But I just want to check with you to be absolutely certain, since you are an acknowledged expert on the subject. Is there any evidence that closing gun ranges will make anyone safer?
Well, actually, the evidence would be quite to the contrary. It actually will make people in Virginia less safe because there won't be a place for them to go to train, to learn how to handle firearms in a safe and responsible manner, to be educated about how to use firearms. So it actually would make us less safe in Virginia, not more safe.
So what is the rationale behind this? I mean, how would this... Clearly, it's punitive. Clearly, they're trying to disarm the population for whatever dark motive they might have. But what are they saying they're trying to achieve with this?
Well, he's admitted, the delegate who introduced this bill, that it's aimed at trying to shut down the NRA's indoor range at their facility in Fairfax. He claims it's to prevent workplace violence, although I don't understand how he arrives at that conclusion. It's really to shut down the Second Amendment in Virginia by saying you can't have an indoor range, and it's going to cause harm to businesses in Virginia. There are about 114 indoor ranges in the state. Several of them will be shut down by this if it becomes law. And, you know, these are places where, for example, Elite Shooting Center in Manassas, 14,000 people go there a month to use the range, to enjoy the target shooting and to train. 5,000 people go through that place to be trained on how to use firearms safely, half of them women, to be concealed carry permit holders. So this is punitive, and, you know, if you violate this law, you could be fined up. Are you ready for this, Tucker? Up to $100,000 for a single violation of this new law if it's passed and signed into law.
Yeah, and it's also true, I know for a fact, that law enforcement and our troops, the military, use these ranges for training. So I guess my question is a really simple one. The left just took control of your state. They're deciding to erase the Second Amendment, a constitutional right, ratified again and again by the Supreme Court. Are people going to go along with this and just sit back and let a constitutional right evaporate, or is there going to be some pushback?
Well, I think there's significant pushback, and you're seeing that all across the state of Virginia, where counties and cities are declaring themselves Second Amendment sanctuary counties and cities to push back on these proposed laws that the Democrats in Richmond are putting forward to ban essentially the Second Amendment, to confiscate law-abiding citizens' lawfully owned firearms. And there's a big rally coming up on January 20th in Richmond, where it's going to be probably the most well-attended event that's ever taken place, where people are going to come to stand up and support their Second Amendment rights and make sure the legislature understands that they're not going to stand by and let their rights be stripped away from them, you know, by things like shutting down indoor shooting ranges, which will make us less safe, not more safe.
Yeah, there's no reason to be passive in a democracy.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Thanks so much.
Great to be with you. Thanks, Tucker.
Well, 100 billion pain pills, opioid tablets, flooded America's pharmacies in less than a decade. What happened? More than 500,000 people died. So is anyone going to be punished for that? 500,000 Americans died. Who's punished? Basic question. We'll ask it after the break.